Komo News at 4 o'clock starts now.
Komo News at 4 starts now.
In every instance of reopening our economy, our guidance for lifting these restrictions are based on data and science. They're based on our ability.
Happening now on Komo News at 4 o'clock, Governor Jay Inslee extends his stay home, stay healthy order beyond May 4th. The governor says the numbers are looking better, but they're not low enough for people to relax with social distancing. Komo's Keith Eldridge is live now. So today, Governor Inslee shared a lot of facts and graphs to explain what's driving his decision, Keith.
Absolutely. Lots of facts, lots of figures, but he says a lot of things they look at. Well, bottom line is you need to stay home, stay healthy. So he's going to extend the deadline that was supposed to end on May 4th. It's going to have to go beyond that. But he showed a graph today that had 5 indicators that he's closely following. The disease activity is at a moderate risk, healthcare system readiness, low risk. But take a look at the testing capacity and availability, high risk. And case contact and investigation, which we are calling contact tracing, moderately high. And then the risk to our vulnerable population over 65 with underlying health conditions is relatively high. Now, this is just one of the many graphs he shared looking at people still getting sick. Now, as you look at it, it's obviously going in the right direction, going down, but the governor says it hasn't gone down far enough.
We still are seeing on a daily basis as to the diagnosis of the disease in the range of 200 Washingtonians a day. That's too high. And we have to get these numbers down to a level where we have wrestled them down to the ground so we can move to the next phase of our recovery, the next phase of opening our business, and the next phase of how we really insulate and isolate people who are infected so they don't infect other people in the community. Nonetheless, this is showing some progress, but we are not out of the woods yet.
But a bit of good news for the hospitals around the state. The governor says he is issuing new guidelines to allow some hospitals to resume elective surgeries. Now, many hospitals say they're relatively empty, and there hasn't been a surge of COVID-19 patients, so they can soon do other types of procedures as long as they have enough personal protective equipment, PPEs. Now, today he outlined the data that he's using to make his decisions. Friday, he says he'll issue his plan on when he'll start reopening the rest of the economy. Back to you.
So very encouraging, Keith, that the governor says that the hospitals are doing well enough where they can resume with some of the elective surgeries. That's some great news. What about testing capacity? Because we've been struggling with that. Did we get any new updates from the governor on testing capacity?
Yeah, an update, but not good news. He says we're still woefully below our ability to test people. He says we have the capacity to take those samples and put them through the testing phase. He just says we don't have the equipment. We don't have the swabs, although he says one of the admirals in the administration, the federal government, the White House, is saying we'll have enough swabs in the next week to quadruple our ability to do the testing. But he says right now we just don't have that, and that really is limiting his ability to start to reopen the state.
All right, Keith, thank you very much. More good news for the construction industry. Inslee is easing up more restrictions. On Friday, he announced projects already underway could continue with added safety measures. And today, the governor included projects that were under contract as of March 23rd and projects that were permitted by that date.
That's a big thing for us to be able to continue to go out and service our community and you know, and put our people back to work. I have 15 employees that, you know, I had laid off, and of course all those families too.
Construction sites must have hand washing stations, masks, as you saw, and social distancing in order to comply with the easing of restrictions. Today, the number of deaths in the United States from COVID-19 passed 60,000, which was at one point the number of deaths experts projected that we would hit by August. Now, researchers at UW say that August death toll will be more than 72,000. The number of expected deaths in Washington state has gone up as well to 860 by August. As of this afternoon, our state has had at least to 802 coronavirus deaths and nearly 14,000 cases. The projections were updated every few days, and you can count on Komo to bring you those updates on the air and online as we get them.